What's going on out there? It's your friendly Facebook friend, Manny Rodriguez. So, I want to ask you something. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Do you have a tendency to define yourself by your circumstance? Do you have a tendency to say, oh, poor me, this is I can't control this has happened in the past, I don't know what to do. So, this is a dangerous thing to do when you are defining yourself by your circumstance. Because truth is, there will always be things in life that don't go your way or that we can't control. But you cannot let that define who you are. I'm speaking from experience. Growing up in New York City, tough childhood, family was very deep into drugs. My mom would later die of AIDS because of drugs. But I didn't let that define me. I didn't let all those problems that I grew up with define who I wanted to be. And I challenge you to do the same thing, because you don't want to be living in a mindset of this is the circumstance, it is what it is. No, it's not. Don't define yourself by your mistakes or your failures. Don't define yourself by problems, setbacks, or obstacles that you may be faced with now. Don't define yourself by the critics out there. Don't define yourself by the job title you have. Don't define yourself by your family history and their failures or successes. That does not define who you are. This is key. This is way key to moving forward. Your circumstances do not define who you are. What I would encourage you to define yourself, I would encourage you to define yourself by your ability to learn from your mistakes. And let me tell you from personal experience, I've made a lot of mistakes. Mistakes I wish I could go back and change sometimes. But you know what? I don't let that define who I am. This is so key. I would encourage you, be resilient during those difficult times. Be optimistic of where you're going. Focus on your problem-solving skills. You know, if it's one thing I will share, why focus on problems? Focus on the solutions to the problems. Don't get caught up in reacting to the problem. Get caught up on solving the problem. You can easily be defined by your contributions to the world. You know, there's so many possibilities and dreams still out there for you. Don't let your circumstances define who you are. That's what's great about this. When you understand God's love, acceptance, and forgiveness, you understand that every day's a new day. What happened yesterday is yesterday. The only one that can change the situation is you. But you have to be real with yourself. If you're living in where you're saying, you know what, I come from this, I must be this, my family did that, I made this mistake, I'm no good to move forward. Bologna. It's baloney. You gotta always keep moving forward. Do not let your circumstances define who you are. It's extremely critical, because you know what? At the end of the day, we all have something great of value to share with other people. Even if it is past setbacks, even if it is past mistakes. You know, though I may be one of the most positive people out there, though I may be one of the most optimistic people out there, I worked on it. I worked on all that because I knew that though I made mistakes, though I made poor choices in the past, I'm not going to let that define who I am and who I am capable of being. And that's extremely important. It truly is. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are today. It only matters what you're doing today to move forward, to live a better life, to live your dreams out. You know, and I'll share this quick story with you. If it's one thing that I understood, before I was 18 years old, I couldn't control everything that was thrown at me. I couldn't control what my mom did in her life, the situation she put her kids in. I couldn't control that stuff. I was a young kid. I was a kid. Those circumstances were beyond my control. But you know what happened after 18 years old, and should I say when I went off to college? I began making my own mistakes that I brought on myself that then would lead to future problems, if you get what I'm saying. Because I made poor choices. I got that first credit card, didn't pay the bill. My motto was, I'll deal with it later. Yeah, when later came and I didn't deal with it, it was like a snowball effect. But you know what I did? I learned from that. I didn't let my childhood define me. I didn't let my mistakes in college define me. I didn't let my mistakes in adulthood define me. I learned from it. And you know what? It made me wiser to help other people. Now that I coach people, oh my gosh, it's given me so much power to understand them and to help them and to encourage them and to inspire them. Because at the end of the day, we're all a child of God. We all have potential to make a huge difference in the world. But when you just sit around letting your circumstances define who you are, that's the mistake you're truly making. That's the mistake. You see, you do not have to let your circumstances define who you are and where you're going. So I challenge you, put it aside, move forward, be open with yourself. Look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. What's holding you back? What's holding you back from living the life you want? Is it money? Money's not hard to come by these days. You just have to find a way to make it happen legally for yourself. Are you tired of your job? Guess what? Figure it out. Go find something you are passionate about. Monetize it. Money's not everything, but it sure can solve a lot of problems. But at the end of the day, who you are, the leader you are in your family, in your life, that defines who you can truly be. Every day is a step forward. Always be moving forward. Don't let that stuff back there define who you are today. It's a mistake if you do. Don't get caught up in the, oh, poor me stuff. It does no good. It does no good. What does do good, what does really good for you, is being true to yourself. Admitting, I made these mistakes, I won't do these mistakes again, and I'll help others prevent those mistakes. Whether it's in business, whether it's in life, no matter what. No matter what. You know what? If it's one thing I remember about my mom, there wasn't very many great things. I will share, she loved her kids dearly. She just wasn't a good mom. She made so many poor choices. But if there was one lesson in life that she really, really taught me, and it was actually when I went to college and I was on a phone call with her, and I was sharing about a little anger that I've learned that I had. I was sharing like, hey, I'm on this racquetball court, I'm playing in these tournaments, and I'm getting so angry, yelling, acting crazy, and I don't like it. And she said, you know what? The fact that you can acknowledge it and realize it is the first step in making a change. Boom! That will resonate with me for the rest of my life. Again, I don't have many great memories of my mother, but that was a powerful, powerful thing she shared with me. Because it's 20 plus years later, I still think about that. I still think about it, and I share it with other people because it's true. If you don't acknowledge there's a problem, you cannot work on that problem. And that's the truth. If you're blinded and you're like, it's not there, everyone else is crazy, guess what? You're not going to become a better person. And there's one thing I know I try to do all the time is be the best person I could possibly be. For me, for my family, for my coaching clients, for my future coaching clients, for my future business partners. I want to be the best person that I can be so that I can lead others to their promised land. That's why I refuse to let any past circumstances define who I'm going to be for other people. So I challenge you. I challenge you and I encourage you to define yourself by your ability to learn from your mistakes, your resilience during difficult times. That's who you are. Your optimism, your problem solving skills, your contributions to the world, the possibilities and dreams that you always have had. Get them back. Understanding of God's love, acceptance, and forgiveness. That's what you really need to focus on, because that will help you be the best person you can possibly be for tomorrow, the next day, the future. Am I done making mistakes? I'm human. I'm a human being. There's a good chance I'm going to make a lot more mistakes, but I'm going to keep learning. If it's one motto our marketing company is always talking about is, I'm getting better and better. I'm getting better and better. Always be moving forward. Tomorrow's a new day, and every single day is a day to be a huge impact in life. God didn't put us on here to just be self-serving. God put us on this earth for a purpose. Find your purpose. Find your vision. Get it done. But do not let your circumstances define you. Please. It's for your own good. I'm Manny Rodriguez. I hope you got some value from this. If you did get some value, please share it with others. There's a good chance that they too will get some value. They may be suffering in their circumstances and believing it's meant to be that way. I'm speaking from experience. It's not meant to be that way. I'm Manny Rodriguez. I look forward to serving you some more. Have a great day. It's Tuesday. It's beautiful out there. Get that work done. Get that physical activity in there and go out there and affect other people's life. Even if it is going out of your way to hold the door open for someone. Even if it is to help someone with their grocery bags when you can tell that they have a little cart full. There's always ways to help serve other people. Go out there and make it happen. Manny Rodriguez, I look forward to serving you again. Peace.